Hi there, my name's Danielle. Today we will be discussing divorce, how to get through that, what you can do to help yourself get through that if you're going through that. Ugh, I'm sorry, I've been through it and it's not fun. It's not the best thing, but you know, it happens. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for watching. So the first thing is, understanding that divorce is a loss. It's the loss of your marriage. It's the loss of your family as you know it. It's the loss of what maybe you had planned, plans that you had together, plans you had in your head. So just, acknowledge it as a loss, and you will have like some grieving, you'll have some sad times, you'll have some mad times, and that's normal and that's okay. As long as you're not doing anything to be crazy. Don't go burning his stuff or her stuff. Don't go, destroying any property. We can do this with grace and with kindness and, still remaining a good person. We don't want to let this break us and make us turn into a horrible person. So, and then allow yourself to grieve that loss and to be sad, be graceful with yourself, show yourself grace. And, if you have kids, that does add another layer of difficulty, I guess, because, you have kids that are, in the marriage. They're not in the marriage, but they're in the family. So you and your spouse splitting up is going to affect their lives. So, take time to talk to them, explain things to them, depending on their age, allow them to ask questions. Be honest with them, age appropriately honest. You don't want to be like, well, your father's this or that, or your mother did this, and no, you don't want to be bashing each other, but you also want to be honest with them. It's like, we're just not going to be able to work it out. We've tried, but we both still love you, whatever you need to do. Stay busy, stay active. If your kids do need you, maybe you can take a day or two off from work and they can take a day or two off from school so that you guys can be together and talk. And, if they need that, I don't see why not. It's not the end of the world for them to miss a day or two of school. I mean, you don't want to make it a habit where it's like, okay, you're going to miss 2 weeks of school and we're going to go do the, no, there's limits, but there's also time to explain things to them and be with them, and take them to the zoo, take them to a movie, whatever will work to kind of cheer them up, and then help them learn their new routine, because that is going to change. They're going to have time with each parent, and just different things. It could even be like, in my case, there isn't time with the other parent because he lives in another state and just left. He left without, he left me a note, and that was it. And it was just a 2-line typed note. And so he doesn't see our daughter, my daughter. So in my case, it was different. It was a different kind of grief and loss and explaining, because how do you tell your daughter that, well, her father just left, and at the time we didn't even know where he was, what was happening. So, it might be something like that. I don't know how often that happens. I didn't even think that that kind of stuff happened, that somebody just walked away from their family. But apparently it does happen. Happened to me. So, maybe something like that. Go to church. That's always helpful, to be around other people and to pray. Prayer is always, always top of the chart for me. So lift it up to the Lord. He's always there for you. Go to church. If you need to, or your kids need to, go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. I believe in it. I think it can be very helpful. I've done therapy in the past, and I know there's like a stigma with it, but there's no reason for that. Therapy can be good, and they're professionals, so it's their job to help you, and they can even give you tools that can help you get through what you're dealing with. And like as an adult and a parent, maybe they can give you tools to help with your children. Or if your child needs to go to therapy, they can give that child help. You know, there's so many things. So they can really help you out with all of that. And then, you know, always like find the lesson. There's always a lesson in anything that you've gone through or are going through. There's always a lesson of, you know, for me, it's just that I am strong. I'm a lot stronger than I realized. I always knew I was strong, but I'm stronger than I realized. There's so many times that people, you know, get angry at God and, you know, blame him and ask him, why did you do this? Why did you let this happen? And, you know, unfortunately, it is a part of life that things are going to happen. But a lot of times, God has things happen to make you stronger, to not like teach you a lesson because you've been a bad person, but to so that you can learn more things, so that you can become stronger. Sometimes it's also because the situation you were in was not right for you, and that person was not right for you. So they get that person out of your life. You know, that's what I think of in my situation, is that my now ex was not right for me and my family, my daughters, you know, so he got him out. So now he's not in, you know, our lives. So, you know, I learned a lot about myself. I grew so much closer to Christ, and it's actually turned out to be a blessing in the end. At the time, obviously, it was not. You know, so, but, you know, we got through it. Me, my daughters, we worked through it. My family, you know, we all got through it, and we're all better off, you know. Still going through it a little bit, I am, you know, because you have to sell a house and, you know, vehicles that were together and credit cards and debts and things that you have to still deal with. So, you know, still going through that, but that's fine. But most of the emotions are gone, and you still, sometimes you slide back a little bit, maybe be like, oh my gosh, you know, I still can't believe this has happened. Like, this is my life now. But it's okay. And we're all like calmer and happier and just more relaxed, and we're just so blessed. And so, you know, a lot of times you just have to look at that. And if it is in a situation where you are sharing, you know, and you still have to deal with this person, you know, that's going to be a different kind of thing, a different kind of dynamic that you're going to have to learn how to co-parent and get along with this person, as long as, you know, as far as co-parenting together, you know. So you do have to work at that if you have children. If you don't have children, it's still going to be difficult, and you still had a whole life together. Either way, like, you had a life together, whether you owned a home or rented it or had an apartment, whatever, you still have things that you have to split up. And it's, you know, you had this whole thing together, and all of a sudden it's just like psh, broken in half. So, you know, just take the time you need. Pray, go to church, understand that it's a loss, allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself to be angry, but always remain kind, and always remain true to yourself, and don't let this break you and turn you against love and relationships, because love is still good, and you can still meet somebody else and have an amazing life with somebody else. So let me know if if any of you have been through a divorce, or what you've done, how you've handled it, even what you've done to just deal with the loss. Are your parents divorced? Are they still together? My parents are still together. So I haven't dealt with like my parents splitting up. But let me know if your guys's has, and like how you dealt with that. And yeah, definitely consider subscribing and click the like button. And I hope you guys are all having an amazingly blessed day and an amazingly blessed week. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.